I'm a kid watching my favorite movie. Uh, I'm watching my favorite characters, and I'm seeing the Enterprise in action, and I'm seeing Khan getting his ass kicked. But there was a Kobayashi Maru scenario. It required sacrifice. And I'm seeing Spock do this, saving the Enterprise. And then I hear this: Jim, you better get down to engineering. Better, hurry. Kirk looks at the empty science chair, and he realizes, at that time, I didn't understand it. At the time, I did not understand until it was dawning on me. After I kept saying a few more times in my adulthood, I was finally getting it. I guess that right now it kind of makes me sick to my stomach because I'm realizing it more and more what was happening. And it makes me harder to deal with shows that I've seen and know the triggers are coming up, the emotional triggers. But at the time, it didn't hit until I see Spock talking to Kirk and Spock's dying. Of course, I'm saying this, what's going on with Spock here? He's behind a radiation shield here, and Kirk's outside, and he's seeing his friend die. Wait a second, Spock died? How the hell is that possible? Wait just a hell. What are you doing, Paramount? Roddenberry, what the hell did you just do to Spock? Oh my God, the reactions in there was like, there was a lot of crying, wailing, screaming at it, and I couldn't stop the tears, even as we were home, because I was seeing it over and over again, and I couldn't deal with it. A character I fell in love with, grew up with, who was Starfleet, who was the Federation of Planets, who was something that you could aspire to, and then I see him dead. There's context in this one here. Let me relay that one here. I had already lost an aunt of mine, and I also just lost my grandmother. So the grieving was bad, but I had to keep shoving it down because I still had to deal with things. But I was still numb inside. And I had to focus on other things. It was bad enough. I had to deal with a grandmother who died. I had to deal with an aunt who died. And I'm trying to get through high school. It was lucky enough that the thing came during, I think, summertime as well. However, I may be wrong on the date that it came out, but they had posters in the science fiction club that they had in the high school that I went to. Star Wars, Star Trek, other things. And I felt like I was closed off, shunning people left and right, trying to deal, trying to cope with grieving. There was no way I could have been able to communicate this with David and Ma. I mean, they knew what kind of a Trek fan I was, but geez, David actually saw how I felt about death. I've lost too many people in my life, too many loved ones. It still kills me. The reason why I do the channel is to talk about it more and more. You get through it. You get through the pain. You get through the process. If I'd see it now, I think I would be able to cry, but here's the other thing. 3 years later, back in '85, I think '84, '85, yeah. By that time, after Rathacon came out, 1 year later, '83, Attack of the Killer Teddy Bears. Star Wars, Chapter 6. Return of the Jedi. Or it should have been called Revenge of the Jedi, but they called it Return of the Jedi. They changed it at the last minute. There was a lot of hoopla concerning about Revenge of the Jedi. The working title came out, flew around the public and fandoms that Lucas just had to change it to Return of the Jedi, according to some of the stories I've heard. So they have Return of the Jedi. Okay, Luke comes back, all dressed in black, looks like a damn Sith Lord. And he's supposed to be a good guy. But he comes back with a robotic hand because in Empire Strikes Back, his father, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, long story on that one there, chopped his hand off. So now Luke's got a bionic. And now in Return of the Jedi, he gets to meet the Emperor and kick his ass. And save his father at the end. And the rebels, they blow up the Death Star. Attack of the Killer Teddy Bears on the planet of Endor. They helped the rebels blow up the Death Star by conquering a base that projected a shield to the Death Star. And when the shield was down, then the starships came in and the fighters came in and they did their job. And the Millennium Falcon had to go in there to do the job as well. Comes out with a scratch. No one, no satellite dish on the damn thing. But everyone called it was a movie at Attack of the Killer Teddy Bears. My mother fell in love with the damn thing when she saw it on cable. She thought the Ewoks were cute. Warwick Davis played one of those Ewoks. Played Wicket. He grew up a Star Wars fan. And he had his chance auditioning. And he became one. All the fans bugged him like crazy after that. And it was like back in, what was 84, 85, that Search for Spock came out. The old wounds concerning about losing Spock was there. But it was supposed to be bringing back Spock. Weirdest damn thing was Leonard Nimoy was directing the whole damn thing. And he also directed number 4, too. 4 was a lot more lighter Star Trek film that people loved, and so did I. But Star Trek 3 also tugged on my heart. Because in order to save Spock, let's see, Merrick Buttrick played Spock's, actually Kirk's son, David, the scientist. And the character died by a Klingon hand. Courtesy of a dagger thrusted into him. That was one thing. I wasn't hip on the character as much, but Kirk had to sacrifice the Enterprise to save Spock, to save everybody else, and hijack the Klingon ship they had in there, take it home. But also killing the bad guy, also killing the commander Karuk, which was played by Lloyd. Oh, good Lord. Christopher Lloyd. Hell of an actor. Hell of an actor. Played a hell of a Klingon on that one, I'll tell you that much. He wanted to kill him too. In order to get the Karuk, he had to destroy the Enterprise in the process. And after I saw that, I'm like, nothing else made sense after that. Nothing. You destroyed the Enterprise. The ship couldn't do any damn thing. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't fight. Couldn't fly. Couldn't do anything except float around. Kirk had no choice but to blow her up. Oh my God, I was in walking theater watching this thing, and I heard the gasps. I heard crying again. It's like watching the Wrath of Khan all over again. Spock killed. Enterprise killed. What else is next? There were no Star Wars movies after that. But Star Trek continued on with its movie sequence. Number 4 came out. It was a light-hearted one. Save the planet, saving whales. Environmental picture. Number 5, Shatner did. I watched that one. I'm like, why the hell did I watch this damn shit in the first place? No! But 6, Undiscovered Country. I think that was the pinnacle for the old series to cast itself off. But at least they had a rechristened Enterprise. That was going to be decommissioned anyway. But at least they didn't blow her up this time and nobody else died. Except for bad guys. But all in all, I'm going to have to do another video on this one here because I'm getting through it already. I'm getting triggered.